Libra, welcome. Thank you so much for choosing me and trusting me with your reading. And welcome to I Am the Monad Tarot. Libra, I'm going to pull some cards for you from the Karma cards deck for Libra. Okay, we got Venus here. All right. I'm going to pull two more cards for Libra. Libra. Okay. Third house. Okay. And one more card. There we go. And the planet is Jupiter. All right. Venus is talking about attraction, pleasure, good times. Your third house, your ideas, short-term thinking and trips, and who or what is around you, Libra, as well as Jupiter, learn or teach. And of course, as we teach, we learn. All right. Be positive and grow and expand. Okay, Libra. I'm going to do your reading from the Alien Tarot deck. General reading for Libra. What does Libra need to know from the Alien Tarot? Get you some good shuffles in, Libra. I'm hearing two more butterfly shuffles. 1. 2. Give you a nice 3-way split. Every time I sit down, I forget my glasses. Okay. 1 shuffle for Libra. All right, Libra, and we will get started with your reading. All right, Libra, let's get into it. Libra, I feel like you're dealing with someone here. I feel like you're dealing with a King of Pentacles or a King of Pentacles. I'm hearing is in your air, so in your energy, okay? I feel like there's something you need to know about this person. I feel like this has something to do with work, like your job or something like that, okay? Career. I am hearing positivity, all right? But I feel like this person has a watchful eye on you, like maybe a supervisor, boss. I even heard CEO, okay? Someone at the top of the company, the head, okay? But they got their eye on you, all right? Oh, Libra. It almost, wait a minute, this kind of, I think, fits a little bit with the last Libra reading I did. Seems like it, but it might be different, okay? But I feel like this person has some kind of bet on you. Now, I'm not saying at this point that they have a bet on you in a negative sense. I feel like maybe they're betting on you, betting that you will win, okay? Betting that you will be productive, betting that you will be exactly what it is that they're looking for, that you're going to be an asset to the company. All right. You may, oh, wow. You may have started small in this company, okay? Like, started at the bottom, worked your way on up to the top, or working your way to the top, okay? But this has something to do with your mind. Maybe you write. Maybe you're a writer, okay? Or you possibly you work for some kind of publishing company, but I feel like it has to do with more like your creativity. You're a writer, okay? Um, I don't know, you write maybe plays. You might even be a writer, a contributing writer on maybe a television series, okay? I don't know who watches my videos, okay, but maybe even like Hollywood, okay? I'm hearing casting director. Maybe you were a casting director, or you are a casting director, or you work with one. Because I'm hearing like out in the field. Like you go out in the field, you search for talent and possibilities. Okay. I did feel like you're a writer. I still do. But I feel like if you I don't know. I'm hearing casting. Okay, like a casting director. I don't know if you are the director or you work with a director. And this person, this King of Pentacles, maybe the head. I keep hearing CEO. Okay, of one of these. I'm hearing Hollywood. Okay, one of these companies. Okay, I don't know these damn companies no more. Okay, shit. But you know what hopefully you all out there know. Okay, I don't know what are they? Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Was it 20th Century Fox? I don't know. I don't know these companies. All right, I should because I used to want to be a Hollywood actress, but I don't know. All right. But anyway, that's was in my younger years. Okay, my teenage years. But anyway, I feel like that's who this King of Pentacles is, like the president of that. And again, I feel like you might have started small. Okay, I keep hearing casting, but it's something about your words, the way you use your words, that this person, this King of Pentacles, I feel like is betting on you. Okay, that even though, and you might still be, maybe you still are like in the beginning stages, early stages of your career. But maybe you are a writer. Maybe that's what you want to be, a contributing writer or a writer, like write movies, screenplays. But I heard theater. Okay, maybe like Broadway plays. I'm hearing musicals, Broadway musicals. Okay, because I'm hearing like you like that. But you want to work in the field of directing. You want to be a director. I'm hearing agent, but you work with an agent, okay? Or you're an agent, like I feel like you work with maybe you work at with an agency, a talent agency, because I did hear out in the field, and maybe this is, you're getting your start or you're getting your feet wet. You got dreams. You definitely have big dreams here. But I want to say, Libra, don't sell yourself short. Don't limit yourself, okay, to, I'm hearing like all the world's possibilities, okay, especially in this arena, okay. I'm hearing like there's so much you can do, all right. So like don't cheapen yourself, okay, and feel like you can't go higher and like you can't, I'm hearing publish, okay, publish more, greater works. Okay. Maybe you've already had some of your screenplays copywritten, okay, published. Maybe people have looked at them. Okay, I'm hearing like one or two. Okay, or you're working on one or two to get it out there, out in the field. All right. But nevertheless, you work in this arena, okay, in some way, shape, or form. But this King of Pentacles here, who is over this company, I don't know, you'd be surprised who people watch. People that sit in high places. You think they're not paying any attention to you at all. You're like, yeah, I just work, I'm an assistant. Like I'm just a production assistant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all I do is help them move the cables and bring them coffee and shit. You'd be surprised who's watching you. Okay. I don't know, somebody out there may be saying, they ain't watching me. You understand? Hell, they don't watch them. But I don't know. This is just what I'm picking up here, okay? Because I don't know who you are. Okay, that this person would watch you. This King of Pentacles would watch you. Because I am hearing head honcho. Like this is like the CEO, okay, of what some company, some, Hollywood production company, or maybe a casting agency. But I feel like more so a production company, and they're betting on you. Okay, betting that you're going to win, betting that you're going to bring a but. See, maybe they've seen some of your work. Okay, your written work, and I feel like they're betting that you're going to bring that you're going to bring abundance. Okay, like box office hit is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's what they're expecting out of you, out of your work. Okay, yeah, I'm even hearing demanding it. Okay, now if you still again, you haven't gotten to that place yet, that level yet. This is, see, these people like this, they look not just at the present, they look in the future. Okay. How are we going to, because it's not so much society, okay, molding and shaping what they put out, but kind of almost they're molding and shaping society. Okay. They contribute to the molding and shaping of society in the way they want people's minds to go. Okay. All right. But anyway, so they look at, I feel like they look far into the future. So while you may be thinking, my words are minimum, okay, or small, okay, nobody's really hearing my words. Nobody's really, watching me or paying any attention to me and my work. In my little play here, my little screenplay. Okay, it could have been like, I majored in film production in college, and I minored in theater arts. So, I remember we had to do like a 5-minute screenplay. We had to write one. I think it was maybe like 10 minutes. I can't remember. 10-minute screenplay. So you may have done something like that, okay, and it may have gotten out, and you may think, or you may have shared it with people. You might be like coming out of college, okay, or just like, yeah, you're young. I feel like, I want to say you're just a kid, but you're not a kid. I don't want to be offensive. You're a young person. In some kind of way, it might have gotten in this person's hands, and they saw your work, and they saw a vision, okay, I just heard the word blind. Okay. But I feel like they saw a vision of your work, okay, or how it may look on, the screen, okay. It's what it's called, the silver screen or something like that. But anyway, let's keep going. So I just feel like, but don't sell yourself short. Don't feel, like if you're just a production assistant, okay. And I remember when I graduated from college, I was dying. If I could have just got a job as a production assistant, I think I sent about 20 resumes to 40 Acres and a Mule, Spike Lee. That was in, that was in the 90s. I graduated in 94. If I could just become a production assistant, 40 Acres and a Mule, I would have been so happy. It didn't happen. Some days I was like, did they even get the resume? All right. All right. Wasn't no sending shit through, the internet and all that. It wasn't none of that. Okay. I can't tell you how many times I was at the Kinko's. For those of you who remember Kinko's, getting my resume copied and envelopes and stamps and all right. But anyway, let's keep on going. I don't even remember how I got the address. Okay, but let's keep on going. So Spike Lee, if you're watching. Find my resume. Okay, but anyway, let's just keep on going. All right. Yeah, this person, once again, is your work. Somehow they've gotten a hold of your work, seen your work. Okay, so they're watching you, and they know that. I feel like they are like, I'm betting on this person that, but see, even if they're watching you and they like your work, you still have to do your work, put in the effort. Don't it? I can't say necessarily, but don't see, because these people will steal your shit too. Okay, you'll be working at the company, you go see a movie, and it's like, that's my fucking movie. That's my fucking work. Okay, so stay on top of your game. Okay, but whatever, if it's not you, if it's just your work, whatever, you and your work, they're betting that you're going to be a valuable asset and bring a lot of money in. Okay, to the company. Okay, I heard like their community, but the company. Okay. All right, let's keep on. There's a Queen of Swords energy. Who is this? I mean, like, she's watching your work as well. That's what, like, when I said maybe you're working like with a casting director. Okay, or I wonder if that's this Queen of Swords. Like she's listening. This person though has pull. Okay, she's not just she. I feel like she sits in these big rooms, like with this King of Pentacles. She's got a lot of pull. She's got a lot of say so. Okay, and what happens, what direction the company goes. I wonder if it's this cast, if she's the casting director, or if she. At first, when I first saw it, I felt like she was this King of Pentacles daughter. Because I'm hearing like she sits high and looks low. So she sits in these rooms here, like with this King of Pentacles, in these rooms with these big names, okay, who are going to determine. I'm just going to say what I'm hearing, the way in which the world flows. Okay, entertainment has a lot to do with that shit. Okay. So I feel like it's almost like for these people, it's a no-brainer. It's like I'm hearing, we know who you are. We know what you stand for. Your work is dynamic. Okay. It's a no-brainer for them. Okay. I'm hearing we'll have you in. Now, this may not be a conversation that you're having now. Okay. But I'm hearing like we'll have you in these big rooms too. Like you, I feel like the energy is that you will become a big, like your Stanley Kubrick's, is it what, Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese? I'm saying old names, okay? But we know how big they were. Their names are, okay, in this field of work. Okay, there was another name, kind of escapes me right now. This is the outlook. This is what they're determined here to have you in. You're going to be placed in a situation. Yeah, honey. It's going to be like a fantasy to you. Like, this can't be real. Don't play yourself small. But at the same time, don't get the big head either. Okay? Especially too soon. Okay? Because they will cast you out. Okay? You're going to be sitting with, this is, like I said, this is the outlook for you. To be in those rooms with big names here in this field, industry, which this industry doesn't work in and of itself. Okay, it crosses over into other industries. So there will be other, I'm hearing names larger than life. Okay, you know how that goes. But I'm seeing something. Let me look this up. Hold on, okay. This is going to be difficult for you on many levels. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be difficult because I feel like either people you work with now or people who do the same work that you do, okay, have the same ideas, dreams, so on and so forth that you do, it's going to be unfair to them, okay? The entertainment industry is, I think about it like when I was younger, okay, and I really wanted to get in this field, okay, and back then we had channel 3, channel 5, channel 8, ABC, NBC, CBS. Then eventually we had local WUAB, channel 43, and then eventually we had Fox, okay, channel 19, which was, that might have been local, okay? And then, now I'm looking like, God damn, look at all these apps, these streaming apps, all these shows. I remember times I used to be on Facebook, right? And I mean, people be talking about I'm reading people's stuff, and they talking about all of these goddamn shows. And I'm like, where is that? Where is that? This on Hulu, this on this on this. All of these apps. I'm like, how do people have time? But, my daughter kind of pointed out to me, like, people, the shows are shown right after the other. Not like when I was growing up, a weekly show. Okay. So people can then binge watch, okay? And then I have done that where I found a really good series and I'm watching it, I'm loving it, and then it ends after 2 seasons. Like, what the fuck, okay? This was really good, okay? But anyway, so I'm thinking like, and when I took classes, acting classes and stuff, they pointed out, this was like in the 80s. They put, it was back then. You're either gonna move to, if you want to get in this work, you're either gonna move to Hollywood, for the movies and stuff, or New York. Okay, that was it. Okay. Hell, I signed up for. I was in a casting agency here, one of the top ones in the area, like I think the tri-state area, years ago. Okay, it was still kind of simple. Well, I signed up for it last year. December. What was last year? 2024 for a year. And it's like now you just can audition right here. I mean, I did. I was just like, I'm so used to getting myself together and driving to the audition. I haven't done that ever. You understand what I'm saying? When I did auditions, okay, it's a long story. I don't want to get off into me, but I finally realized I don't like this. To me, it became too restrictive. But that's just me and my energy. I'm not saying that for you, Libra. Okay, I'm only saying that to say like it's so back then. If it's competitive now. With all, I mean, you got the internet. We have the internet. Okay, I did a industrial for a key bank. One time, it was on the internet. It wasn't something that came, on TV or anything like that. It was only on the internet. You got the internet. It's just like, oh my, all these ads. It's just like endless. It's like somebody, if you get into this field now, you're going to get something. And then back then, it was so many isms. They used to tell us you got to either be really small or just big. It's not like that anymore. Then you had the age situation, okay, where it was really only for young people, okay. It's not like that anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And there were so many limitations on people of color. It's not like that anymore. So if it's competitive now, yeah, imagine how competitive that field was then. However, from what I'm seeing here, you're still going to deal with people who are going to be, that maybe you had, that you would have considered them colleagues, or people your peers who are in the same industry, doing the same thing, want to be a writer or whatever, that are going to be upset by the door and the opportunity that is open to you. Okay, that's not quite open to them. Okay, I'm not saying you don't have to do no work, but they may have to work a little bit harder. I remember when I went to New York, the first time I went to New York, I worked at a theater. It's a Pan-Asian repertory theater. I was the house manager, okay? And I met a lot of the, I had to schedule people to work. And I met so many people, so many volunteers, and I met so many people who went to New York to become these great actors. And here they are, like, they went when they were 20, and here they are, like, 30 years later. It never happened for me, but I'm still, working in the field in some kind of way. I just went and got a job. Okay, you know what I mean? That's how it went. And I'm sure probably in some way it's still like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but anyway. So I'm just saying that to say there are going to be some people who are going to be friends, people that you consider friends, people that you consider colleagues, people that you had a good time with, who are going to be very upset, okay, and probably just stop talking to you altogether, or just angry or jealous, okay, understandably so, okay, but that don't mean you don't take the opportunity that's here for you, okay. All right, let's keep going, because you absolutely should. Now, that's just what I just heard. Okay, let's just keep on doing this reading and see what we get. Yeah. This is, it's like I said, for these two, this King of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, for them it's a no-brainer. Okay, it's like, okay, the work in their eyes, your work in their eyes is phenomenal. Okay, I'm here. It's gonna bust, things wide open. Okay, it's like this is. I'm here. This is the kind of breath we need. Okay, maybe a breath of fresh air. Okay, something different, something new, something exciting. I don't know what it is. You know your topics or anything like that, but I feel like you need to keep doing your work. Don't sell yourself short. Okay, it's not anything like they gotta sit. Let's really think about this. No. Okay, in terms of your work, they love your work. Okay, and they think you're a dynamic. See, you might be the type that you just really may be showing your ass, and I mean in a positive way. I mean you may be like really. You're showing someone that this is the world that you really want to work in. Okay, you come to work. Okay, like I said, hell, you may just get coffee for the casting director. You know how they do. You know, I remember I wanted to be a production assistant so bad. Like I said, I can get in as a production assistant. I'm asking, well, what does a production assistant do? Okay, they was like pulling cables around, you know what I'm saying, and get coffee for everybody. And I was like, what? And they call it a production assistant. But you really, it to me, it sounded bigger than what it just sounded like something big. Well, they're not gonna put up, go getter. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody drag you're assisting on the production sites. You're a production assistant. I used to just sit there and dream and be like, hold on, please. Okay. I can't remember exactly what I was saying. I just remember talking about, my dream. Okay, but about wanting to be a production assistant, because I wanted to just get in. Oh, but yeah, it just hit me like, yeah, you really, that's what you're doing. You are assisting at the production, But I used to just sit there and fantasize and sing my name, the credits, because I used to look. When I learned about that, I used to look a production assistant. But every time I went to the movies, I would look in the credits for the production assistant, and I would just see my name, production assistant. It was my name there. Okay. I was hype. Okay. But it didn't happen. But that's okay. All right. Because that's my story. But we're working on yours now. Okay. But it's a way, they were like, that's the entry, into, like an entry level job. Okay. So like I said, this is a no-brainer for them, but this for you is like, honey, this is where you're supposed to be. This is the work that you're supposed to do. It's like home. Okay. I mean, like, this is my life. This is my abundance. This is my freedom. Okay. You're an artist. Okay. You write stories. I mean, you tell stories. I heard you tell lies, but not like, like you're lying to someone. There's stories. Okay. That are fictional. Lies. It's not really a true story. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like you do it well. This is who you are. Okay, this is the world that you are supposed to work in. Don't ever doubt yourself. I feel like, okay, and you got two big wigs over here who absolutely see it in you. Okay, because you're gonna go through times. I'm pretty sure. Maybe you already have am I making the right choice? Am I making the right decision? Okay, it's taking so long. It may not take long, okay, but it might. Everybody, and that works in this field, their story is so different. Some people get shit right away, okay, and some people, it's like, man, I did that shit for 30 years and nothing happened, and then one day, hell, on my 59th birthday, I was out here since I was 15, and then nothing was happening, nothing major, and then on my 59th birthday, goddamn, I got a call, and boom, the door was open. Now I'm this great, Hollywood, whatever. Okay. Or this great Broadway, whatever. Okay. Because I'm hearing like the calling, okay, I'm hearing has been made, okay, and it's here. I'm hearing it has arrived. I'm not saying that you're going to get it there tomorrow when it has arrived. I'm saying that this is what you're called to do. Okay. You were designed for this work. But understand the reason I think that is so important, because some people, what's the big deal about that? You know what I mean? Working in the entertainment industry, these people these King of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, okay, and these other people, these big names, they understand the role that they play and how they shape the work that they do, shapes society and shapes the mind of people, because it absolutely does. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying exactly what it is. Okay, let's open our eyes. Okay, does art imitate life, or does life imitate art? Okay, I think they both kind of imitate each other, but art definitely does. Life definitely does imitate art. This is, I don't need to tell you this. They got all kind of videos about this shit on YouTube, okay, about the role of entertainment, okay, the entertainment industry and how it has shaped society for years, all right? I keep in the word mogul and moguls, okay, so maybe you're going to become that, all right? So when you feel weak, okay, or times you feel like, I don't know if I can do this, or are people really understanding my work, okay, or it just seems like it's taking so long and they want to make changes to my work, so on and so forth, okay, it's like, don't walk away. Okay, it's not for you to walk away. I'm hearing that you might have like I have background in the Christian church, and there's a song, okay, you're talking about, I can't think of the name of the song, but in it, one of the lyrics are, when I am weak, that's when I'm strong. Okay, so those times of weakness, okay, that's where your strength lies. Okay, that's where that's where you get to work. For real. Okay, that's where you get into the depths of your soul and your being, and sometimes your greatest work comes out during those times of weakness. Okay, I'm hearing misery, sadness. You're definitely not gonna have no problem with money, broke. You may not have, you may have sacrifice. Well, I don't want to say sacrifice. If you are in a relationship now, or you might have a relationship that may not, I hate to say it, but it may not last, okay, as you move into this world, in this realm, okay. I'm not going to say that the person is not good enough and all of that kind of thing. It's not about that. It just may be something like, this is she, or because I feel like you're a man, okay, could be a woman, but I feel like this person's ideal, okay, for what they want for their life, you all just make it to a point where it just doesn't match up. Okay, I'm hearing this isn't who she wants to be. She doesn't want to walk the red carpet. Okay, she doesn't want to be this person. Okay, I don't think it's a thing of her feeling like, well, I'm behind you, and I'm second fiddle and people don't really see me. I don't even think it's that. I just think that she's just like, that's not what I want for my life. Okay, I don't even think that she thinks anything is wrong with it. Okay, it just doesn't fit her and her dynamic. Okay, so that may be, and I feel like it makes her feel, it's like this woman I'm seeing is so much not like this Hollywood world. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be some wild, lascivious, Hollywood, whatever. I'm not saying that even about you, because I don't feel that. I feel like you're somebody who, you're young now, but I feel like you're just going to grow, keep your wits about you. Okay, I feel like you're more focused on your work as opposed to just like I said, the whole shaping of society. Okay, knowing that you are contributing to that. All right. It's just like, I just see somebody, like you're always writing. And I feel like you're the type that, I don't even feel like you use a laptop, or computer or anything. Okay, I feel like you actually put pen to paper. Okay, old school writing. You can erase. Of course, you can back key on here, but it's just something about writing actually here, using your hand and whatnot, getting that pen, paper, paper, pencil, whatever, and writing. This is what I see, like someone just, it's like fervent writing. Okay, like you love what you do. Okay, and I feel like the more you do it, the more it's like you go and something about your mind goes into a whole different realm. Okay, a whole different world reality. Okay, like you become what the story that you're telling. It's like you find, richness and abundance and being able to go into a whole nother realm here that you're creating from here, from the heart, from your mind, from your spirit and whatnot, and putting on paper, and then it being seen. It's kind of like God, and God said let there be, and there was. This is, and God shaped the world, right? This is what you're doing. Okay, another aspect of God, how we see God. Okay, how God is showing up. Okay, in this reality. Okay, I just feel like as though for this person, I think it may make her feel small. Okay, unwanted, unloved. I feel like this woman is very unassuming. I don't feel like she's flashy. I don't feel like you're flashy. I don't even feel like you would be flashy. But I feel like this woman here she's not flashy. She's not into all of that. It's just like, that's not my style of living, you know. I just said I'd rather be the country girl that I am. Okay. So that may be like, she may not be from the country, but people may look at her like she is, especially the world. Okay. People can be very judgmental. Okay. You got to kind of have a very thick skin. Okay. And I'm not saying she doesn't have thick skin. I just feel like I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to be a part of that. Okay. But I don't feel like this is something where you all will apart on, I feel like it would be amicable. I don't feel like it would be, a negative parting. Okay. Because I feel like her state of mind is, you go and live out your destiny is what I'm hearing, your dreams. And I'm there with you all the way. Like, I support you. Okay. I do have a feeling, though I'm not seeing it in these cards, but I have a feeling that if you all part and separate, you're going to come back together. There's going to be a time that you all come back together. I'm hearing she loves you too much to stay away for too long. Like, she really cares about you. Okay. And this is someone that you will know is not after you because of your money or your status or your name. Okay. She's known you. Okay. And has loved you. Okay. And will continue to. Okay. This is what I don't see it, but this is just what I'm feeling. All right. Let's continue on here. This is so powerful here. You definitely won't have to live a dull life. I can tell you that. Okay. I'm here. It's going to be amazing. The possibilities. See, I don't know the the kind of things, what it is that you write. The kinds of stories that you tell. But it's something that these people, this King of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, see as, how new can it be, right? Okay. And there's nothing new under the sun. Okay. But I do feel like it's something about it that stands out. Okay. That is different, okay, than what we're seeing right now. I'm hearing something about complete. I don't know. Okay. So you won't, you'll never be without a work. But I feel like, and I don't even think this is a concern for you, okay? But you're going to make enough money that your family, and your family's family, possibly if everything is handled correctly, okay, will not ever have to like work a day in their life. I'm not saying they would not want to work, okay, and do something. But you're going to make a lot of money. And I feel like for your stories, you're going to, these screenplays and whatnot that you're going to write, that you're going to do a lot of traveling, okay, to see other worlds, other lands, other places, maybe even places you've never gone before or that you've never even heard of or knew existed. You're going to do that, okay, and incorporate it, I'm hearing, in your writing, all right? I'm going to stop there. Libra. Wow, what an exciting reading. Okay. And pick you a Inner Garden, an oracle card from the Inner Garden Oracle. Here we have Life Force for you, Libra. Meeting adversity well is the source of your strength. Okay, didn't I say that earlier? Okay, so when you meet adversity in this field, remember that's the source of your strength. For when I'm weak, you know, that's when I'm strong. Okay, the God in you. Remember, like God said, okay, and there was. He's the master artist, the master scientist, the master, the creator, okay? And here, this is how God is being expressed, okay, through you, through this work. All right. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I certainly hope that resonates with some Libra. I ask that you all like, share, and subscribe. To those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you have not, but you watch my videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, thumbs up, comment, come over, see what's happening here at I Am the Monad Tarot. You all have favor. Peace.